Be happy to be joining.
We're glad to have you. So that's great.
All right. Perfect. Oops.
And also prepared you. I'm sure you're awake for the morning, as you're, getting around. So you're ready.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Davis College. So in this session, we are going to talk about everything about one of our greatest university transfer pathway in collaboration with the Northeastern University, the College of Professional Studies. Hopefully you will find it useful for you to design your own pathway. Well, I'm Katie Wang, the Director for International Admissions at Davis College and your host today. And I'm pleased to introduce you, Mr. Jared Grunberg, the Marketing Director and PDSO at Davis College, who is taking care of international student affairs. And as outstanding alumni at Davis community, Jared has a lot to offer about how great the Davis College is. And we are also honored to have Mr. Dean Wright from Northeastern University to present and cover questions regarding transfer pathway to Northeastern University. He is expert in transfer admissions and has been working in international education for several years. I believe everyone will get as much as you want from him. Okay, so gentlemen, do you want to say something to our old and new friends?
Welcome. Welcome. This is going to be great. I know we've done this before with Mr. Dean Wright, so he's been able to offer great information on how to transfer to this wonderful university. So just looking forward to it and ready to get started.
And it's my pleasure to be speaking to you all today. This is a great opportunity to introduce this wonderful pathway we've developed. I hope you'll find it interesting. We look forward to telling you more about it.
All right, thank you. So Jared, would you want lead the journey from Davis College?
I'd love to. Awesome. So welcome to Davis College, everyone. Again, thank you so much for being here from wherever you are. I see in the chat that we have quite a few areas. So thank you for being here. So we can start a little bit about Davis College and kind of let you know some of the basics. Since 1858, Davis has been helping students get to wherever they need to professionally and personally. We are accredited by the Higher Learning Commission, which is recognized by the Council for Higher Education. We are also recognized by the State Board of Career Colleges and Schools, and then we are recognized by the Ministry of Education in China. Our community recognition is where we pride ourselves on. Davis College is known by employers throughout the community, honored as one of Ohio's best employers by the Ohio Chamber of Commerce, which has earned us the Better Business Bureau Torch Award for Marketplace Ethics, as chosen one of the top workplaces in 2014. Our career-focused programs are authorized by the Ohio Board of Education. So these programs are designed to prepare our students with relevant skills that can be used immediately upon graduation, with many interesting fields, and we'll get to some of those later on and some of the new ones that we've added. These graduates who enter the workplace know and have the knowledge and skills to succeed. And as we discuss later, our transfer pathway program, these are credits that are obtained from Davis that are transferable to thousands of four-year universities and colleges across North America. We'll get into Northeastern a little bit later. So Katie, you can go ahead and start now. Oh, Katie, did you want to go ahead and are you going to do any translations at all?
No, I don't need to translate it. You can just go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. You got it. Awesome. So we are the Glass City in Toledo. We are the 4th largest city in Ohio, the 5th busiest city in the Great Lakes, and about the annual cost of living is about $8,000. So it's located in the northern part of Ohio is where Toledo is. We are diverse, inclusive, major trade center of North Central America. You can enjoy easy, convenient, and cost-efficient life with the expressway to Detroit. You see Chicago there, New York City. Even Columbus is a great spot. I tell this every time. If you love amusement and thrills, amusement parks, we even have in Sandusky, Ohio, Cedar Point, which is a phenomenal place to go. So Davis in a snapshot, I'm going to start off with our fifth president, Diane Brunner, wonderful lady. We again established in 1858 with about 2,000 students enrolled. Average age is about 30. And then the one thing that I love to point out here is our faculty to student rate, 1 to 9, which helps personalize the education for that personal student. As I mentioned, with that 9 to 1 student to teacher ratio, this gives our instructors at Davis are able to provide you with more support that you need to graduate and pursue your career. And then with that, your long-term success is also supported at Davis. You'll be surrounded by a network of supportive instructors, advisors, and even with your local businesses that you work with. This is a part of your externship that will get you on-site experience before you graduate. This is a great way to build relationships, real-world skills, and develop your confidence. So we're not as typical. We are a flexible academic calendar we have, unlike semesters. We have 4 quarters at Davis College. We have the fall, winter, spring, and summer. This calendar offers our students greater flexibility to enroll throughout the year and optimization of time. Our blended learning options are great. Online learning gives you the flexibility to work around life, work, whatever may occur. There are some programs at Davis College that require you to be on campus for like your medical programs for those core competencies, but still being able to have some blended learning is phenomenal. So let's kind of talk a little bit more about the programs at Davis College. We'll start off with the degrees and certificates. So we'll start with allied health here, medical assisting, billing and coding, and medical assistant. This is where I've talked about with the medical assisting and billing and coding. You might need to be on campus a little bit more for those core competencies that you have to accomplish. But then you can see below business, project management, digital marketing. We've actually just added this past week, healthcare and administration associate program, and then early childhood education down below. You can look at our design, interior, graphic, and then you see the English language programs to the intensive language learning program, English for academic success. And then down here in the middle, our university transfer pathways at the very top, Northeastern University, along with Central Michigan and many others. So where can Davis lead you? So we can start off with the professional development, or the OPT. This is available after your program has ended to kind of continue the continuation of the learning process, along with your CPT, your curricular practical training, which is a part of Davis College's program, which would be your externships. That would be done after 3 quarters of schooling, and then that would be able to help you gain that knowledge, working with a local business to create that confidence and create those relationships that can help you pursue a career in that field well after graduation. This slide here is just basically a couple of the businesses that we work with, some of the larger companies that you see, Apple, ProMedica, and then even like some of the smaller ones we hear in the Toledo area as well. So we can discuss the transfer process a little bit more. As you see here, would have years 1 and 2 at Davis College. You would graduate with your degree. And then those 3 and 4 years would be your transfer to those schools for your bachelor's degree. So these are just some frequent questions that we have down below. Can I transfer upon graduation from Davis? Of course, these credits again are obtained from Davis College, transferable to thousands of universities. And then we also provide transfer pathway programs. So we can talk the direct admissions versus the university transfer admissions. As you can see, the requirements, SAT, ACT, Duolingo, the GPA, and then what is required with the direct admissions and the transfer admissions. You can see that the Duolingo not required or easily fulfillable with requirements to the university transfer admissions. You would be using Davis College's GPA for the university transfer admissions. And then your personal statement and resume wouldn't be as important as if you're doing the direct admissions process. So we can start your life at Davis College. Easy enrollment procedure. We do accept that study gap, smooth transition to the top universities, more intention and comfort in the intimate environment with our 9-to-1 student-teacher ratio, time, cost efficient, and you're going to be able to get yourself and immerse in the American culture. So your support at Davis College as an international student, visa assistance, I-20 assurance. You'd be able to meet with your Davis College designated school official quarterly in order to maintain your F1, J1 status. Our orientation are always scheduled the Thursday before classes begin. As we mentioned, your student employment would be that curricular practical training or the optimal practical training, and then even potentially on-campus jobs. Academic advisory, individual academic advising appointment for scheduling classes will be made for you. Transfer advisory and planning, English language support, along with class engagement. Accommodations are partnerships with the Toledo International Student Service Center, and then this is not affiliated to Davis College though. So what can you be expected in the expenses? As you can kind of see here, here's a snapshot of what the 2022-2023 cost of attendance would be. I'll kind of let everyone read the tuition, fees, and health insurance along with living expenses. But the tuition and fees are calculated based on 36 credits, would be subject to variation. Miscellaneous fees and living expenses for reference only. I do want to say that we do offer a 25 to 100% merit-based scholarship to qualified degree program applicants. This is considered with your admissions application, so there's no separate application needed. And then this would be evaluated by the admissions committee as well. So let's get started. Easy to get started and complete and submit the application form. You then submit academic records to transcripts from all secondary high school previously attended. Your English translations must accompany documents not available in English. And then obviously you must submit your English proficiency scores for non-native speakers. I-20 documents, so enrollment agreement, copy of your passport identification page, and your bank statement, which is no more than 6 months old. Your application will then be reviewed by the admissions committee, as I said before. And then once we receive your materials along with your application fee, you'll be sent an acceptance letter if admitted. And then once you confirm the admissions offer, pay the enrollment deposit, submit necessary documents, your I-20 will be issued by me. And then just down below, you can see the academic year, our 4 quarters, application date, end date, and then when the first and last classes will be started. And then for any of those, things may change, so you could always check the website to always check those schedules as well. So let's customize the pathway. Here's a quick snapshot on how you would customize your pathway. Select the programs which you're interested in, the major, and then a letter of admissions up to 4-year university may be requested.
Yeah,
go right ahead, Katie.
Yeah, I would just jump in to mention that actually you could customize your pathway at the moment you apply with the Davis College. On the online application portal, you could find that there is an area you can choose the university transfer pathway and indicate that you request a conditional offer letter from our partner school. As you can see on the right side, there's a sample of a conditional offer letter from Northeastern University College of Professional Studies for your reference. And I guess Dean will discuss about that in detail later on.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Jared. Okay, so yeah, Dean, are you ready to take over from here?
I am ready. I am. And again, thank you all for joining today. We are really excited about this pathway that we've designed from Davis College to Northeastern to complete one of our bachelor's completion programs. Davis offers tremendous value, as Jared has just kind of outlined for you. And so many of our programs align so perfectly. I'm hoping that you'll have a lot of interest in the pathway. Next slide, please. Okay, so about our rankings, we're an elite university. We're within the top 50 of American universities on a national ranking. We're especially proud of the fact that we're ranked #1 for best co-op and internship program. This is really important. I'll talk a little bit more about experiential learning as we go on, but Northeastern has always been famous for this, and it really allows you to get hands-on experience as you complete your degree. And then we're ranked #3 for best career services. So you can count on great support from our staff in helping you to identify the best career and job going forward. Next slide, please. Here are just some of the more than 3,350 co-op partners that Northeastern has worldwide. I was at the campus just a few weeks ago, and I was receiving a tour from a student who was doing our management degree, and he was completing his second co-op with a company called John Hancock Financial Services, which is a big financial firm in the Boston area. And he explained that John Hancock takes 40 Northeastern co-op students every year. And they, for John Hancock, it's a great deal because they're getting these bright young students with bright ideas contributing to their business. And then they get to pick and choose the ones that they like the most and offer them jobs when they graduate. And you'll see this number at the bottom, I think, is very compelling. 54% of students receive a full-time job offer from a previous co-op employer. So co-op is embedded in all of our programs. It's not a requirement. If you want to graduate just as fast as you can and go on to graduate school, you can do that if you'd like, but we recommend it for all students. Next slide, please. Okay, experiential learning. A little bit more about co-op. The co-ops are paid work experience of 3 to 6 months in length. You will study after two full terms of study with us. That would be when you would begin your co-op experience. And during that time, you're not taking classes, you're working full-time and earning money for it. It's a real world experience which enriches the classroom environment for everyone. In addition to co-op, we have part-time internships that some students take part in. We have what are called XN projects, which are online projects that students do with sponsoring companies and organizations. And truly, as you can imagine, it's hands-on. It's not theory, as many universities will teach you. You're actually bringing your own experience from the workplace, and all of your classmates are doing the same. And your faculty member is typically someone who has come from within the field of business as well. So it's a very exciting hands-on experience. Next slide, please. Okay, so these are the programs. And again, I hope you'll find some that are of interest to you. When you visit our website, you can read about all of these in greater detail. We have some wonderful kind of correlations with the Davis program. Project management into project management, allied health into a number of our health sciences degrees, health science, biological science, biotechnology, healthcare administration. I think that's a kind of a new and growing kind of pathway option that we have available. You'll note that the programs that are marked as STEM are all programs which allow you to have up to 3 years of OPT, optional practical training, work authorization after you graduate. The other programs, and typically offer 1 year, but STEM programs offer up to 3 years. So you have a number of options here. One thing that I would like to point out is that just a little bit more about the College of Professional Studies. The College of Professional Studies is one of 9 colleges at Northeastern. Northeastern is a large university. It has about 38,000 students. The College of Professional Studies is the college which really is designed to support transfer students like you. Next slide, please. Why Boston? It's a very exciting place to study. It's America's #1 college town with 35 colleges and universities and about 152,000 students in a relatively small city. So it's very academic. You have the opportunity to meet students from lots of different universities, to take part in events at universities all over the city, in addition to the many that you'll find at Northeastern. It's a very dynamic economic region, lots of jobs and co-op opportunities. For international students, it's very multicultural and student-friendly. It's America's 6th most diverse cities with one of the most highly educated populations. And you can live anywhere in Boston or nearby because of the good public transportation system. America is not famous for its public transportation, but in Boston, we've got a good system, and we've got a train stop which is directly on campus. And we have many housing options as well. Okay, so the Lowell Institute School is housed within the College of Professional Studies. We have more than 50 years of experience of really developing degree programs, and I hope you noted that from the list. These are degree programs which we've carefully chosen that are very carefully aligned with industry and business and careers which are very productive. It's the first school of its kind in the country delivering science, technology, and engineering degree complete programs for transfer students and returning students who already have some college credit. We're really focused on making STEM accessible and attainable for everyone. And again, the degrees are mapped to in-demand careers, and we also offer good scholarships, more information on that coming. And these are all majors that are will prepare you for success for jobs in the new economy and kind of in this dynamic economic area. Next slide, please. Okay, why complete your bachelor's degree at CPS? You'll gain career-oriented practical knowledge and skills, and you will build your resume as you earn your degree. There are a lot, I mean, America is famous for its higher education system. We have over 3,000 universities throughout the country. You know, we produce students come from all over the world to study in our programs. I think that the experiential learning, as I mentioned earlier, is something that makes Northeastern unique. We've been doing it for as long as we've been around. And that's the reason we've become #1 in the country. And I think that it makes a very exciting opportunity for you. And again, here are all of the different types of things that we will really embed in your program. You'll have in-class case studies. In many cases, they'll involve experience that you or your classmates may have had outside in the workplace. Simulation exercises, labs, co-ops, real-world projects, internships, and service learning. Next slide, please. Okay, should you have an interest? Of course, Northeastern has many graduate options, and one particularly unique and valuable potential pathway for you are our +1 programs. And these allow you to earn up to 16 graduate credits at the same time you're completing your bachelor's degree. And by doing that, you save quite a bit of time. You can complete your graduate degree often in just 1 additional year. So that saves time and money. You can find more information at this URL link. And then some of the more popular ones that we have are those that go from our Bachelor's of Science Information Technology to our Master's of Science in Computer Science within our Curry College of Computer Sciences, which is also a top 50 computer sciences school in the United States, or our Bachelor's of Science by Biotechnology to our Master's of Science Biotechnology. The other great thing about doing a graduate degree at Northeastern is that you can save money often through the Double Husky Scholarship, which can allow you to save up to 25% on the tuition when you complete a second degree with Northeastern. All right, I'm always happy to talk about the application requirements because they're relatively simple and painless. It's a free online application, and you can see the link here. It will lead you to an application portal called Apply Yourself. You'll set up a PIN and a password. You'll enter your information. You'll be able to go back and check on the status at any time. It's much easier than many application procedures at other universities. And really, all we need are your transcripts from Davis College. If you've completed your associate's degree at Davis College, which we expect, then you will not need to submit high school transcripts. You will just need to submit an attestation form telling us where you graduated from high school. You will not need to submit TOEFL or IELTS or Duolingo or anything else if you've completed your associates at Davis College. So it's a relatively simple process. You also do not need, it's optional. You'll see places where you can put a personal statement in or a resume or letters of recommendation, but these are optional, they're not required. All of that information is available on our website. Okay, scholarships, other good news. We're pretty liberal with offering scholarships, and scholarships normally do not require a separate application. So scholarships that you would be eligible for by virtue of being a member of our transfer partner pathway program, you would be eligible for the community college scholarship. You would also be eligible for the professional advancement scholarship, and some of these others possibly as well. So most of them do not require a separate application. You'll receive the good news when you receive your admission letter with the amount that you've been awarded. However, we encourage you to take a look at all of the scholarships. There is one, for example, called the Dean's Breakthrough Scholarship, which requires a nomination. And just a second, maybe I should just speak about the cost of tuition because I don't have a separate slide on that. Our tuition is amazingly affordable. It's $541 per credit. What that means is if you're studying really a full-time load, say 30 credits within a year, the cost of tuition would be $16,230. So you can imagine that after if for example, you received an $8,000 scholarship, that would be applied over the 2 years and $4,000 would be reduced from your tuition amount. So from $16,230, it would become $12,230 in tuition, which is very competitive. And Northeastern has designed it this way. The College of Professional Studies, with its programs, which are fully accredited, they have the same accreditations as every other college within the university. They've designed it to be more accessible to transfer students and more financially affordable for students. Next slide, please. These are the application deadlines. So we offer rolling admissions, which means that you can apply at any time. Once your application is marked complete, you will typically receive an admissions decision within about 2 weeks. Typically, as you'll see, so for example, for the spring, your deadline would be December 13th if you were attending Davis College and studying at the Toledo campus. For the fall, it would be August 9th. Next slide, please. This is a sample of the degree you will receive. I include this because students sometimes want to see what the degree looks like. And I want to assure you, this is the same degree every college within the university offers. They all look exactly like this. It's Northeastern University awarding the degree. It has the individual college that houses the degree program. And then you'll see your Bachelor of Science in whatever major you've chosen. And this is just, again, another summary of some of the advantages of studying at Northeastern. Very importantly, you graduate with experience on your resume, making you more attractive to future employers. If you do take part in co-op, you have a decent chance that your co-op employer may offer you a job when you graduate. 97% of our students are employed full-time or in graduate school within 9 months of graduation. We have a huge alumni network. Something you may or may not know, Northeastern actually has the largest international student enrollment of any university within the country. We go back and forth between NYU for the top spot there. In the College of Professional Studies, our international enrollment is a little bit lower. It's between 12 and 15% of our students across the college are international students. Bottom line, if you're an international student, you can expect tremendous support and a university that is really well experienced in supporting you. And then, of course, we offer a lifelong learning network of opportunities to continue your study or to have support in your career aspirations. I think that's it. Is there no? Yeah. Thank you. You can see email addresses where we can be reached afterwards. Feel free to contact me at any time. Of course, you can contact me as well through Katie and Jared at any time as well. I'm very happy to meet with anyone individually, and I hope we'll have some opportunities today to answer any questions you may have.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Just some final takeaways from what Jared and Dean has already covered. I think this transfer pathway is not only good for fresh high school graduate, but also an alternative for professionals who seek some change in their career path, because there is no limit on age and not too much prerequisite or need to meet for an application. So if you are just looking for more opportunities that may completely differ from your previous education and the working experience, it might be an idea with a higher ROI compared to a master degree, in considering the preparation and the money will be invested. So just for your information, you could think about that. All right, so let's move on to the Q&A section. I already seen a couple of good questions in the chat and the Q&A board. So I think this question already be covered. What are the benefits for this transfer pathway? You could see money and time to pursue your academic advancement and more career opportunities in both great schools located in Toledo and Boston. And the scholarship, I think Dean already covered that, right?
I have a couple questions. I mean, going through the second time around, I think I gained more questions. I just want to know more as I listen to you.
Perfect.
To kind of just, I saw one question here about like the master's program and trying to acquire that. I think to touch base with Dean, it would be the +1 program as you're going through your bachelor's, to then you can also take, was it up to 16 credits?
Correct. Yes.
Of that master's program, which is terrific to do both at the same time. So for that one question that was in there, I have one that would be, I know we talk about the positives and the easy requirements to go ahead and do the transfer pathway process. Are there any things that you see, common mistakes or any issues that you think would benefit them to know now heading into the application process? You know, anything that you see from past experiences that might benefit them? Please share, if any.
So I think there's just one thing that will not be an issue for your students, because students will have your professional support with the process. One of the most common ones is a misunderstanding of the difference between unofficial and official transcripts. So students will often they'll use our relatively simple online application process. They'll see, oh, here's an opportunity to attach my transcripts. They do that, they think they're done. We can actually make an admissions decision based upon PDFs of transcripts, which are considered unofficial, but they're only considered official if they come directly from Davis to us.
Okay.
And we need that for the final transfer credit award.
Okay, good. Okay.
But
I'm sorry, keep going. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just going to say, it really, it's our process is simpler than many other universities. I mean, honestly, it's just a tremendous value, all of the programs, and yet you graduate with a degree from a top-ranked university.
Right.
So it's a relatively simple one, and I think that they're going to, with your support, not have really any issues with the application process.
And I figured that, again, I just wanted to, I know we talked so much about the positives and, how, and you did show how easy it was. I just maybe wanted to see if there's any of those, common little things that our students would try to do and might not get admitted right away. So that's great. Very good. I have another one. The co-ops, the online co-ops, I was really the experiential learning. Can you get a little bit more in detail about like the online? Is that more of like design programs, or is where you do like the online co-op for?
So they're typically not online co-op. We consider co-op to be a full-time paid work experience. Right. And that could be, in theory, online. And I would imagine there have been more of those during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
But as things open up, and they have in many ways in the Boston area, people are returning to in-person jobs. What I think I was referring to were the XN projects, and these are online projects that are often jobs that we've contracted with some of our corporate partners. That our students can contribute to. And that may be something that they'll be doing with classmates, earning credit for it, also earning experience that they can put on their resume. They may or may not be paid for it.
Gotcha. Okay, so
it's like a separate. Gotcha. We use every opportunity to incorporate experiential learning, work experience. Sometimes, some of our students are working professionals already in the area, and they may be continuing in their jobs and studying full or part-time with us. And we will provide opportunities for them to do projects related to what they're doing in their own jobs.
Very cool.
So every opportunity to incorporate, we do.
I love that. Just giving the student just every opportunity to just gain more and more knowledge and that hands-on experience. That is just, and I think that's one thing I love about, Northeastern University, is that kind of like Davis College's core values line up right hand in hand. So if you go from Davis to Northeastern, you're just going to a larger scale university in that aspect. So that's just great. Thank you for those questions. That's great. And I just want to say the STEM program is phenomenal for that OPT for our students here. So that is just another great aspect of Northeastern University.
All right, so I just noticed a question in the Q&A section. How many credits I need to earn to complete bachelor degree in Northeastern University? And can student know how many credits she or he can transfer before submitting the application?
Sure. So the typical number of credits which are required for graduation are 120. And you can transfer up to 60 credits in most cases from Davis College programs. Credits will transfer if you've earned at least a C in each class. So we won't know until we do your final credit review whether every one of your credits directly lines up with your major. But chances are, if you've done well in your classes, that the majority or all of them will. Majors allow a certain number of elective credits as well. So there's a little bit of flexibility there, even if you're changing a little bit. If you're doing something that's a little bit more direct, like allied health into one of our health degrees, or project management into our project management, you can kind of have great confidence that if you've done well, probably all of your credits will count, and you'll be starting with 60 credits, essentially starting with your third year in university with us. But it's pretty close to that for all of the programs, I think. And one thing I would add as well, in case this is something anyone's wondering, how long does it take to complete? Well, you might say 2 years, but you can actually accelerate your program at Northeastern because we essentially have 3 full terms per year, fall, spring, and summer. So if you really want to graduate more quickly, you can do that as well.
All right, great, thank you. What is the procedure for admissions? I would say the application on David's side is also simple and easy. You only to submit online application where you upload your academic records as well as your English proficiency proof. And we will provide you the admissions offer letter if you are admitted. And to accept our offer, you will only need to confirm your enrollment form and pay your deposit to secure your support at Davis College. For transfer admission, you will do the same thing, like complete the online application, right, and send the transcripts from Davis College to complete your transfer admission. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, any more questions?
There's a long one. I'm not sure if that last question is a question or more of a statement.
Yeah, maybe.
Architect.
Actually, I see some people raise their hands. Maybe I should allow them to talk.
Sure, and I would add one other thing. Someone asked whether we offer full scholarships at Northeastern. We don't. I'm sorry to say, but I think one of the reasons that we don't offer full scholarships for these bachelor completion programs is because the tuition is already very competitive. We've really designed it in such a way to try to make it accessible for students. So you have the opportunity to apply for our in-university scholarships, and then students can also seek scholarships outside of the university. Private scholarships, sometimes if you're an international student, there are even scholarships that are offered through within your country. So ready?
Yes, so yeah, you could talk right now. I already give you this authorization if you have question.
But it looks like you're muted, Colleen. You need to turn on your microphone.
Yeah, all right.
If those
Hello?
the tag with hello.
Yeah, so you go first.
Me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to know if the CPS have the TAG with Davis College or not.
Yes, we do have a TAG with Davis College. Essentially, if you meet the admission criteria, which you would have included within the conditional letter of admission you'd receive, you can be assured admission.
Okay. So for the graduate 1+ program, is that right name?
The +1 programs, yes.
Yes. So you mean we just have the 16 credits in when we have the bachelor degrees programs, right? But how about after that? So we apply other master programs to, if that okay to apply other universities master program, or just only can apply for the CPS master program?
Thank you. That's a great question. So the +1 programs that I described, we don't have them with every graduate department in Northeastern. We have them with some great ones, like the BSIT to the Masters of Science, Computer Science, or the Biotechnology, and you can see the full list on that website I provided. Two things. One, you can apply as a graduate of one of our bachelor's completion programs to any graduate program within Northeastern, even if you haven't taken part in a +1. And two, you can apply to graduate programs anywhere in the United States as well. In order to enter a graduate program, of course, you have to have completed your bachelor's degree, and all of our programs are fully accredited. Again, they have the same accreditations as any other college within Northeastern. Our management programs, for example, have the same highest business school accreditation, which is AACSB, which only the top business schools in the world have. And our bachelor's completion programs have that same accreditation. I hope that answers your question.
This is really good. Thank you. That's all my
Sure.
questions. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Dean. During the presentation, I saw some of the courses that were offered by Northeastern University. Then I saw health science. For example, we are students here in Davis College. I am a student of Davis College. We are students in Davis College that are studying medical assistance, medical billing and coding, and health administration. Like for and if I want to advance my study in medical billing and coding, like, is there a similar course in Northeastern University?
There is. There is, and that program is the Healthcare Administration program, which is a great one for students interested in going on to this area of medical billing. However, and this gives me an opportunity to elaborate on something I should have before. With our degree programs, most of them are available both online and on campus in Boston. That program is only offered online. If that works for you, that would be wonderful. If it doesn't work for you, perhaps some of our other health-related degrees might be of interest, which are offered on campus. And I would encourage you again to just go to our website and review them, open them up program by program, look at the curriculum, look at the types of careers they prepare you for.
Okay, the online program, because for most, I think something that I read about having an online program and having an on-campus program, like at the end of the day, do these have the same level of authority? Like what I mean is,
Yes, they do.
If I have the online program and want to be like, oh, you study the online part of this course and blah, 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 you can have your OPT, you can have your CPT, like, would that affect in any way?
Well, so Jared may have additional things to add as a PDSO, but if you're studying in the online program, first in terms of its credibility, online, is fully accepted today. I remember the days when people looked at online and they thought, oh, is that really as good? Today, I think people recognize online degrees as every bit as good. And in fact, they're better for many students in terms of their kind of learning abilities and outcomes. It's the fully accredited degree that you earn. However, the one thing that I would add is that if you're studying online as an international student, it doesn't support your F1 program. It doesn't support your F1 visa. So it would interfere with your ability to do OPT because you wouldn't be able to remain in status in doing an online program. You have to be on campus. And I hope I got all of that right. Jared, did you have anything to add to that?
No, I think you hit that right on the nose. I know you're talking about being on campus to maintain the F1 status and to be able to have the OPT 100% correct. Yeah, I know even for Davis College, as I mentioned, some of our medical programs, you have to be on campus even to finish some of the core competencies to graduate. So online, you are able to do kind of like that blended learning, but I think Dean, you hit it right on the head there.
Okay, my final question to Mr. Dean.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm still planning on transferring after I finish my associate degree here in Davis College. So now I heard something about while you're studying for the last 2 years at Northeastern University, you can actually start the master program simultaneously. I don't know if I heard that right or it's just my mistake.
No, you do have that right. We do have a number of +1 options. Those are the options which allow you to earn up to 16 credits towards your graduate study at the same time you're completing your bachelor's degree. We don't have that for every program, but we have it for a number of different options.
No, okay, sir. Okay, sir. I understand. Thank you very much.
Hello,
You're
everyone.
welcome.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Thank you. Sorry, but I'm Iraqi Armenian. I said I am an architect. I graduated from Armenia the 2020 year, and I want to study master degree in your college. And what option do you have about me and my certification?
Did you say, are you a current Davis student?
No, I am not. I'm graduated from architecture.
Oh, okay.
I'm,
Okay.
yeah, but I want to study in your university in Davis College.
Okay. So possibly Katie or Jared could speak
Yeah.
to the Davis College. At Northeastern, of course, you have to have your bachelor's degree before you can start a graduate program.
I have a bachelor's degree. I graduated
Okay.
from Armenia.
Yeah. So I will just say that with a bachelor's degree, there are some programs that you can, some graduate programs that you can apply for. Within the College of Professional Studies, you can visit the College of Professional Studies website at Northeastern to look at the graduate options, which have a little bit more admissions flexibility. And then we have many other graduate programs, including in architecture, within our other colleges. It's very selective for some of those programs. So you wouldn't have the advantage that you would have through the Davis partnership into one of our bachelor's degree programs, going directly from a bachelor's degree in your country into one of our graduate programs.
Okay, but yeah, I understand you exactly. But do you know about my study? I graduated from Armenia, and I want to study in your college, and I have to apply, and after how I can apply? Sorry, and do you have the architecture master degree or no? Or I have to do some exams to after enter the college?
So at Northeastern, I believe, I haven't counseled anyone on this program, but I'm pretty sure that we do have a master's degree in architecture. Yes, you would have to take exams. It's very possible that you'd have to take the GRE exam. You'd have to demonstrate TOEFL. You'd have to have a very high GPA. And you'd have to use the common application as part of the application process. I'm sorry to say, we have this beautiful, smooth pathway through Davis College into our bachelor's completion programs. But if you're going directly into one of our graduate programs from outside, it's more of a process. Okay, so you can find, if you go to our website at www.northeastern.edu, you can search up the architecture program and you can look at the admissions requirements there.
Yeah, and about the TOEFL, I have a 5, and I don't have a more. The TOEFL exam.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
you will need to have, you will need the TOEFL.
More, maybe more, yeah.
Yes, you need the TOEFL, and you probably also will require the GRE. I don't know the specific academic requirements for those programs.
Okay, anyway, thank you so much. Nice to meet
Best
you
wishes
guys.
to you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So because of the time constraint, we will only have one last question today. Xiaobai Chen, yeah, you can raise your question right now.
Okay, guys, I have a question especially for the co-op program. I noticed that the students won't be eligible unless he complete 2 semesters in Northeastern. So my question is, for a transfer student, does the rule apply to the student too? That means if I just stay in NEU for 2 years, I still have to spend 1 year, and after that, can I be eligible for co-op? It seems a bit late for a transfer student.
It's a good, thank you. It's a good question, and I think there may be a misunderstanding there. If you begin, for example, at Davis College and complete your associate's degree, and then you transfer to us, after you have completed, say for example, you begin in the fall. So after you've completed the fall and the spring semester, you can do your co-op. So typically that is between your 3rd and your 4th year that you do your co-op. So this is before you graduate from Northeastern.
Okay.
And this is a standard requirement. I would imagine, Jared, at Davis, you can do a CPT after 1 year of study. So it's a fairly standard requirement for international students. They have to study 1 year at the institution or 2 academic terms before they can begin.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect. I think everyone should gain useful information from this webinar. And if you have more questions, please feel free to drop emails to international@daviscollege.edu or to Dean. I like to share the contact information here. Yeah. So here is a contact for, you may reach out to Dean if you have further questions regarding this transfer pathway to Northeastern University. And thank you, Dean, to join us today and give us so great presentation, and happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean, again. Have a great one, everybody.
My pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.